This is the Travel and Tourism Show on Star FM.
Good evening and welcome to the Travel and Tourism Show, the show that brings you information on places to travel to, how to travel, as well as what to do and how to do it. Aside from giving you tips, we also look at various issues in the travel and tourism industry. Well, we are now in the month of October, #Rocktober, here on Star FM, sounding good all the time. Last week, on the 27th of September, was World Tourism Day, and we celebrated this day in style here in Zimbabwe, in Bulawayo. In that same week, we hosted Sanganai Hlanganani Tourism Expo. Be part of our conversation tonight. Our WhatsApp platform for the show is 263-734-610-613. Joining me in the studio tonight is the captain of the ship, as I like to call him, the Chief Executive Officer of the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority, Mr. Karikoga Kaseke. He is going to tell us how it all went down at Sanganai Hlanganani last week. Mr. Kaseke, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, my sister. Thank you very much.
Before we talk about Sanganai, could you maybe tell us who or what is the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority? The past month, especially the month of September and many other times, we continuously hear ZTA brings you this, ZTA brings you that. What is ZTA and what is your role in the tourism industry?
Yeah, basically every country that is serious about tourism has got a national tourism organization. It can be called a tourism board, it can be called a tourism agency, it can be called a tourism authority, it can be called a tourism administration. We are the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority. We are the national tourism organization of Zimbabwe. And our basic mandate is to manage this destination in terms of making sure that everything in the destination is well managed, like hotels are put in place, they are graded. We are the ones who grade the hotels. We are the ones who also inspect to see that they are continuously meeting their standards. And apart from that, we are also responsible for destination marketing, which is maybe what people know us for. But this other job which is destination management, is not very much in the public domain, but destination marketing is very much in the public domain. And we are the national event organizer. We are recognized by the government of Zimbabwe as the national event organizer. So basically there's a lot of things that ZTA does, but it is basically the national tourism organization of Zimbabwe.
Okay, so you talked about marketing the country. How, yes. In what ways do you do this?
Yeah, we have seen us following basic marketing principles, basic non-marketing conventions. But we have been criticized for doing things outside the book. We don't believe that with our situation in Zimbabwe, where Zimbabweans are quite aware of, which is not a very normal situation, we have to employ abnormal marketing strategies to achieve results in an abnormal situation, where we are being accused of bringing in celebrities, but people and others will be praising us. Others who know exactly what we are doing will be awarding us for that. And we are basically departed from the conventional way of marketing. Yes, we still do here and there conventional way of marketing. When we talk about marketing, we talk about how are you advertising on CNN, how are you advertising on BBC. Yes, those ones can work. But we look at our situation as a country. We are dealing with issues of image. Our destination has got an image that needs to be attended to, and we are dealing with those. We are dealing with the issues where our traditional markets, we have lost heavily, big time. I don't want to remind you of big time strategic group, but I'm saying we've lost in a big way the market. Our market share in those markets has been drastically declining. And we need to reposition ourselves in the traditional markets, we look at how do we reposition ourselves as Zimbabwe, which has got a tag which is roving around this image. So basically this is the situation that we find ourselves in. And yes, I think our methods of marketing, I think, are working because we know they're achieving the results.
Okay. So you mentioned celebrities.
Just one.
That's just one.
Yeah.
What's the idea behind that? How does that become a marketing instrument?
No, when you bring in a celebrity who is well known, who is an opinion former or an opinion leader in the markets in his country, when he is followed, he makes Zimbabwe look like it's a normal country. Because when we looked at, when we brought in some celebrities, when in the past, these celebrities will talk well about Zimbabwe, because it's better when a celebrity is talking good about your country rather than when we go ourselves as Zimbabweans, especially myself as the chief executive, talking well about my country. The people will say, what do you expect him to say?
What else can he say?
That's his job. He's doing his job and he's being paid for it. But when we bring celebrities and they do and they talk on our behalf, you know that you are doing well. When we bring, for example, the Brazilian team, which is well known, we brought the Brazilian team, and when they went back, they were talking, we're in Zimbabwe, we played our friendly match there, it was good, whatever. And these are the issues that people who normally listen to. These are the type of people that are normally listened to, rather than for us to go out and say Zimbabwe is good. Yes, it is good. Zimbabwe is no doubt, it's a very good destination. It's a lot of attractions which are very attractive, but we normally find out that it's better said by others than us.
Okay. Let's come back to Sanganai Hlanganani. Is this one of the marketing strategies that are in place?
Very well. That is very good. You are very right. You are spot on. You are right, spot on.
Okay.
Sanganai is nothing other than a marketing platform. It's a marketing platform where we bring in buyers from all over the world to come and assemble the product in Zimbabwe on an annual basis. The first of all, or they first look at all the products maybe that are serious under one roof. Not only our products, but also regional products. That also, because right now the tourist of today doesn't want to visit, especially the long haul, those from America, Europe, China. They don't want to visit one country. They take time off and they want to see as many countries and as much as possible during one visit. So we bring in also our colleagues from the region to come and exhibit in Sanganai. So Sanganai is a marketing platform where it gives the opportunity for the buyers to meet the suppliers.
Great. Okay, so how many buyers came this year and how much business was conducted? Maybe in comparison to the previous years? This was our 10th edition?
Yeah. Definitely, the Sanganai for this year was far much bigger than the Sanganai for last year. Last year we brought in 97 buyers, which was maybe just good enough. And this year we brought in the buyers who finally came to Sanganai this year were 231 buyers. The initially that we had confirmed were 224, but we ended up with 231 buyers, which was quite a big number, a big jump, more than 150% jump from 97. But apart from the buyers, we also bring in international media to come and talk about Zimbabwe and write about Zimbabwe when they go back to their countries. So the international media who came were the 24 had confirmed, but unfortunately we ended up with 19 international media. So basically this is the makeup of Sanganai this year. It was made up of 231 buyers who actually met with about 239 exhibitors.
Those are impressive numbers. So this expo is not just an exhibition where, people are having fun. This has got a major economic impact on the country, doesn't it?
Yeah, Sanganai is no longer a business to consumer show where we look at our suppliers of the tourism products exhibiting to consumers who want to see what Zimbabwe is offering, mainly Zimbabweans, like a domestic show. Sanganai is a business-to-business show. It brings in people who are serious about this destination to come and talk and seal and sign business deals with the suppliers in Zimbabwe and in the region. So it is a purely business exchange.
Okay. One of the messages that was passed on in an address by Honorable Minister Chinamasa was the promotion of the domestic market.
Yeah.
What has been the greatest challenge for this in the past, and what plans are there to make our destination more accessible to the domestic market in order for them to enjoy some of the products that we have?
Yeah, we hear a lot of issues concerning the domestic market. The domestic market, for your own information, is a matter of disposable incomes from the local people. And if we ask how many local people who are employed at the moment who can at least manage to spare and save some money for leisure, to go to holiday, to go for a vacation, to go for a holiday with their families. They are there, but there are not many. I want to be very honest with you. This is the major challenge. You said, What is the major challenge?
Yes.
The major challenge is the lack of people with disposable income to enjoy the tourism product.
Are products not also too expensive?
It is. I was going to come to that.
Okay.
It is. But even if we reduce it in the industry, they're trying to make it affordable. But even if they reduce it, as long as there's no one in the domestic market with a disposable income to save for a leisure, to save for a holiday, and not only for himself and his wife, for himself, his wife, and his family, that will remain a challenge. And this has been a challenge which we have been facing. And we have been coming up with a lot of other incentives to also make sure that our biggest employer, the Public Service Commission, would also try to make sure that its employees, that is the public servants or civil servants, should have an opportunity at least once a year.
You're right. Incentive travel?
To be incentivized by going to leisure in the domestic market. Yes, we are working on that. Yes, we think it will work. And I think working, I think it will. But the biggest challenge definitely is according to our survey, the lack of disposable income from a lot of domestic, would-be domestic visitors.
Okay. There have been talks in various media houses about a rift between yourself and the minister. What is the position, and how is, if there is a rift, is it affecting tourism in any way?
I don't know of any rift between me and my minister. I don't think there is a rift. Yes, there is disagreement. And I think every minister, in one way or another, disagrees with his chief executive. I think the only thing that became the difference here is that my differences with the minister were taken to the public. You see what I'm saying? The minister, I'm simply saying the issue is about Mr. Maposa. And Mr. Maposa is not supporting me. Please, I think this must be understood. Mr. Maposa is not supporting me. I don't have a destination called Zimbabwe. I don't have an organization owned by my family called ZTA. I am just doing the job for the nation. And remember, I have a duty to deliver to the nation. Of course, I deliver that through my minister. But I have a duty in terms of the Tourism Act to deliver to the nation. And when Ms. Maposa is supporting a national event like the Carnival, which was the source of this so-called disagreement, and people want to think Ms. Maposa is on my side. No, I don't own a Carnival. This Carnival is for the Zimbabwean people. And I am the captain, like you said earlier on, of that ship. And I must definitely try to protect the Carnival, which I was simply doing. And I don't think, the only difference I think is that differences as I expected between minister, deputy minister, between minister and permanent secretary, between minister and chief executive like me, between chief executive and permanent secretary. But the only thing is that those differences are occurring on a daily basis, and they are resolving their issues in-house, privately. The only issue that I am saying, which I said, is it was wrong for the minister to shout at me in the newspapers. And I will not retract that. I don't think the minister was supposed to shout at me in the newspapers. If at all he had a reason to shout at me, he could call me and shout at me as much as he want in his office. That is basically what I took exception to, and I am ready. When I say I'm ready, I mean I'm ready for anything, because I am not supposed to be shouted at, because I'm also a father. I've got kids. I'm also a father. People will look after me. I look after a lot of other people, and they don't want. And I think I need to be respected by simply calling me in an office and tell me where one thinks I've gone wrong.
Okay, there you have it. We have been speaking to the Chief Executive Officer of the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority, Mr. Karikoga Kaseke. The Zimbabwe Tourism Authority is responsible for regulating, marketing, grading, and inspecting all tourism facilities within the country. Before I let you go, Mr. Kaseke, I have got photographic evidence of you doing the skywalk up in Nyanga recently, that has been set up recently. Are you an adrenaline junkie? Have you done the bungee jump?
Yeah, I've done bungee jump. That was the first thing I did when I joined ZTA.
Really?
Yeah, when I was reassigned to tourism almost 10 years back. I went to Victoria Falls and I did everything that was supposed to be done there. Bungee jumping, goat swing, whitewater rafting. I went to I went through that. These people from Mutara's Falls called me and said that they have put up their skywalk and they wanted me to see it before anyone else sees it.
and for you to try it before anyone else does.
Yeah, and they requested me maybe if I could take a walk, because to test whether it can actually strong enough and it can actually withstand what it was designed for. So I decided to do that. Remember my background? I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier by background.
Wow.
So you have done far much more things than if you'd seen soldiers at Wafa and Kariba. You would have seen what they do. I'd have done much more fearsome things than what I did on that thing. That's walking where there's a bridge. I don't think there's anything that is that is threatening about that.
Here's my salute to you, sir. So that's Mr. Kaseke, not just captain of the ship, but also leading by example. How can you encourage our listeners tonight? What can you say to them to get more involved in tourism, as you have just described yourself, what you are doing?
Yeah, I think our listeners must not give up. Yes, we are facing a very economic, we are facing an economic situation that is having adverse effect on our tourism. But I believe that this is a temporary thing now. I think it's about to pass. Our tourism actually, surprisingly, is not supposed to be performing the way it is performing in this harsh economic environment. But it is defying all odds and it is doing very well. I want to thank everybody in the tourism industry. We have stood by and supported the industry. This industry could have been extinguished some years back, given what we have gone through. But the tourism players stood by and marathoned the hardships, and they are actually now through. They are now looking at back as history, and I think they have the right to be praised by everybody else who knows what the tourism industry is doing. I want to congratulate the captains of the tourism industry for their hard work. I want to congratulate the captains of the tourism industry for their support of government programs, and I think they should keep on doing that. And the government, if you listen to what Minister Chinamasa said at Sanganai. Definitely, if what Mr. Chinamasa said at Sanganai, where he said he was going to fully support tourism programs, fully support tourism marketing campaigns, fully support tourism marketing programs, and he was even going further to establish a tourism revolving fund. If all that happens, definitely tourism will never be the same again in Zimbabwe.
Mr. Kaseke, thank you so much. It's been an honor having you on the show tonight.
Thank you very much.
That's all we have for you tonight. An exciting show. Link up with me on the WhatsApp platform 263-734-610-613 or on my Facebook page, Mazwi Shamu. Please go out there, explore the country. We have a beautiful country with stunning views and amazing destinations. Our Zimbabwe, a world of wonders.
Thank you for tuning in to the Travel and Tourism Show on Star FM.